Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Hello and welcome. I'm doing a stream today with Comixqueen here.
Hello.
How's it been?
It's been good. My internship's almost done, and so I'm looking forward to that, but also not.
Yeah. Well, I've had Comixqueen before. And we were gonna have Turnipberry in, but they're dealing at the moment with a big fire. What was it? A big they're calling it the campfire in Camp Creek Road. So everyone out there, all my sympathy goes to you guys. A big fire is just the town of Paradise, California, has just been pretty much wiped out by this fire. So yeah, I unfortunately started on a kind of a bad point per se, but yeah, all my sympathy goes to them, and hopefully all the firefighters get it under control and it starts to turn out good for them eventually.
Yeah, that would be nice. I hope everyone makes it out okay, and I hope it's not too much property damage.
Yeah. These things happen, which is unfortunate. Um,
Yep.
it's really sad to see these things happen. Yeah, and it's all over YouTube, so people can look it up, and all over the news as well. I had a wee look into it, and I was like, oh, that's real bad. So unfortunately, yeah. But it's all good. We've got Comixqueen in today, which is really awesome. Yeah, you've been in a few times. And yeah, last time you were talking about you were gonna start the internship, I think.
Oh man, really? Jeez. That
Mm.
was that long ago that we did the last video.
Yeah. So how's that been?
It's been amazing. It's like I don't know what I was imagining when I was going to start this, but it exceeded my expectations, and in like every way, and it's just been amazing. Like literally the best internship ever.
Awesome. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, so I'm doing a painting here. It's actually it's a painting I'm doing for my daughter because I'm doing a series to put in a room to do it up slowly.
Oh, cool.
Um, so yeah, I'm just kind of I thought to do a daytime, nighttime, and was it evening scene kind of a thing like dawn. So when the sun's just waking up, and another scene of during the day. So yeah, it's 3 part series, and it says I thought Hedgehog be nighttime because they mostly come out at nighttime. Um, and yeah, I'm painting in gouache at the moment. I've been painting in gouache for a little bit. There's a dog in the background.
Yeah, it's my neighbor's dog. It's not my dog, but I hear him all the time, and it's just wow.
Yeah, all good. I have many things in the background. I just have airplanes and all sorts, trains. It's interesting sometimes.
Painting's looking interesting. I like your traditional gouache technique.
Yeah, I mean, because I haven't got the best camera setup in the world, so I couldn't get it as good as I wanted it. But it shows, it shows my whole process of me putting in different paints. Like here, I'm just placing in a few first tones, first color tones. Um, yeah, and some lay down some basic colors here and there. Because at the moment it looks like it's kind of daytime, but as I get further and further in the progress, it starts to build up into nighttime.
Looking good.
and I think there's a difference between like um traditional and digital. Um, because in traditional you
Oh
have to
yeah.
yeah you have to build up like the undertone layers, and it's like some of the undertone layers might look really bad, and then when you start putting
I mean, I've seen digital paintings start that way too. But the
mm
advantage of digital painting is that you have separate layers that you can turn on and turn off,
mm
or like go back and alter, and you don't have that luxury when you're painting
mm
traditional. Like you can't peel back that layer of paint and
mm
say, "Hang on, I meant to put more of this other paint underneath this paint." You can't do that, so you really gotta think ahead.
yeah, exactly. You have to plan it um
Yeah.
a bit more, eh? What I feel is an advantage with doing traditional art. It does, teach you those planning skills of how you're going to plan a painting.
Yeah, but I think one of the advantages of traditional um, is that you get to hold it in your hands, and then you
Mm,
get to just show it to people in person. And if you're more market minded, you have a physical thing to sell after you like scan it or whatever, and then have it in your digital library to alter and put on your business cards, whatever. You can also sell the original, so that's something that you don't get if you're doing digital.
mm, exactly. You get keep your original. I've got a few of my originals on the wall, um, and I get attached to them. I'm never going to get rid of some of them,
Nice.
because
I
of.
feel that way about a bunch of sketches, but yeah, go on. Sorry, go on.
Well, it's interesting
I
about
mean, I,
sketches.
I wasn't really a painter, so up until recently I didn't have any like paintings, finished paintings,
Hmm.
traditional paintings to put on my wall.
Hmm. I mean, when I kind of started, I was just going through like how to draw books and drawing from there. Um, so I had a lot of those drawings that I did, and I just stuck them on my wall, and it's like waking up each morning just looking at what I've achieved. Um,
That's
which
nice. That's pretty neat. For some reason, I didn't stick too many of my artworks on my wall. Mainly because like I would make a piece of artwork and then like a week later I'd look at it and I'd be like, oh god, it's awful. I don't want to look at that anymore.
yeah, um, more it takes a little bit of time. Like it might be a month or like 2 months, and I'll look back in a piece, and then I'll be like, oh, that's actually not as good as I think it was. Um,
Oh yeah, I know that feel.
but I mean, back then when I kind of started, a drawing would look really like one drawing would have looked really good to me. Um, but yeah, trying to explain it. It's hard to explain, eh? But yeah, like for instance, a drawing of a stick man might have looked um really good to me back then. Um, but if I do stickmen now, I'd be like, oh well, hang on, this
Yeah.
the stick on the left is wrong.
Yeah. Where's that reaction gif? You know what that is? Growth. That's appropriate to this conversation.
Hmm.
But yeah, I still get that. I make a thing and I'm like, yeah, I think this is good, and then the next day or a week later, I look at it again and I'm like, wow, no, that could have been better. I don't like the way that looks. And for me, sometimes it's just a case of, yeah, that could probably be better, but do I want to go in and change it?
Hmm.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'll keep that in mind for the next time I'm doing this subject matter.
Exactly. You can't be perfect, and that's what I'm accepting for some pieces. It's just I have to keep on painting and continuing and um doing new things. I don't want to spend like a whole year on one painting to get
Oh
it
yeah.
perfect. Yeah. I always took
Yeah,
it.
I know people who can spend hours and hours
Mm,
refining a painting, and it ends up looking amazing, but it takes some. I mean, it depends on some people work fast, some people work slower, and I don't know. I think. I mean, obviously, there's value in paintings that are like so refined, and and lots of props to the person that can stay there for that much, however long is necessary to refine it to get their vision out. But at some point I'm just tired and I just can't get going. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be here forever. I want to go on to the next thing, and I think that's also equally valid.
mm. I mean, it's for me. It's doing these videos each week. I've got to keep on moving on, and creating more things. I can't sit on one piece for a couple of months, um, and that's it.
Yeah, wow, no, yeah. I admire artists who can do that, but I can't have a piece that I'm
Hmm.
continuously working on for months. At some point, I'm like, you know what? It's done, or I will never finish this, and I'll just move on. One or the other.
Yeah, I think you got to find a balance because if you're I mean some people do it quite well where they do one painting a day, like um
Oh yeah.
but some people like me, if I try and do a painting in one day, it's probably not going to be that great. Um so it usually takes me, a couple of days to 2 weeks maybe. There'll be like, you know, full time or um, more than an hour a day, basically. Um, because I mean, at the moment, I can only spend either an hour a day or um, on the weekends I can spend 4 to 5 hours a day for those 2 days. So I get about 10 or 12 hours in the weekend, maybe more depending on what I have to do during that weekend. There's
Yeah.
always something that pops up in the weekend. A friend might want to see me, or um, family comes over, or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I try my best to do as much as I can, get it done. Um, yeah. So yeah, you draw all day for your internship, eh?
Basically,
Hmm.
yeah, and it's pretty great, but I have been getting kind of tired out and just kind of a little bit burnt out,
Hmm.
a bit of wrist pain. So that's another side of it, you know.
Hmm.
If you draw all day for like a month and a half, you might you run the risk of burning out.
Hmm. Yeah. Do you end up drawing any more after that, or do you just kind of relax?
I in the past I definitely would have gone home and you've probably seen people saying like, "Oh, I take a break from drawing by drawing." That was totally me. But these days I just go home and I sit around and browse the internet, watch a movie, play some video games, read some stories, and I find that helps me calm down and doesn't put any strain on my wrist or significantly less than drawing. So that's also nice.
Hmm. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I get tired from doing it a lot. Like if I'm painting and drawing all day, um, I take breaks usually as well. So I've got, you
Yeah,
know,
breaks are very important.
hmm. So that helps me from getting burnt out because if I get to a stage of getting burned out, it ends up me not producing for like a whole day. And for me at the moment, one day is very important to me because I don't have a lot of time. I may only have like 2 days off a week, and so that's very
Oh,
important to make sure um, those days I can actually get something done.
sounds like you've got a whole schedule worked out, and that's pretty great too.
Hmm.
I'm sure it must be a little bit rigorous sometimes, but it's still pretty great that you've got a schedule and you can stick to it.
Yeah, but I mean, You know, even my schedule's all over the place, you know, like,
Oh,
yeah. You, yeah, because I'm quite busy, so, you know, I usually, at the moment, for the last, like, 4 or 5 weeks, I've had work from 9 a.m. till, depends on when I finish, but usually, um, on an average, I'd say about 6:30 finish. Um, so what I'd usually do is get up about 7 or 8. I'd have to do duties like feeding baby, um, and cleaning. Sometimes depends on um, what needs to be done. Hanging out washing, but I've changed that now. I hang out washing um, in the night time so that I don't have to do it in the morning. Um, but yeah, I've got less than an hour to paint basically. Depends on when I get up.
ooh,
Um, you know, I usually get up 6 or 7, and that gives me an hour to do something sometimes. Yeah, so usually I spend it on either because I'm doing blogs at the moment. I do blogs where I just kind of talk about things I do talk about here, just to get them out of my mind a bit more, so that hopefully when I do more streams, that they come across a bit deeper, you know.
interesting. That, yeah, sounds like a bit of a rough schedule, but it sounds like you got it more or less figured out.
Yeah, it's interesting. Um, yeah. Thanks everyone for checking out this Twitch stream. It's awesome if you are watching this live. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, I really appreciate it. I've had a few supporters in the last couple of weeks or months actually that have been really cool, giving comments and just liking it and watching it. Been really awesome to see some interaction, eh? Um, so yeah, keep
Yeah, it's nice when people come by and say nice things.
mm. So yeah, everyone keep that up because I really do appreciate it. Um, and yeah, it's definitely a challenging thing for this channel, um, because I think it's much harder with these kind of videos because this the longer videos. Not everyone wants to watch them, um, but
I mean,
it's.
depends on the time, but yeah,
Mm,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
but I'm creating them so that people can enjoy them, and I enjoy creating them. They definitely keep me moving forward, you know. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, 'cause like I was saying before about doing like a painting a day. When I started the streaming like this, I used to full live drawing, so I just live for like 40 minutes of painting. Um, and by the end of 40 minutes, I wouldn't end up with a painting that would be that great. Um, so I did that for a little bit, and then decided that the drawings and paintings that I actually was doing in those streams were not turning out that well. Um,
so 40 minutes. It's hard to make a good painting in 40 minutes.
mm, it definitely, like, I was talking as well, so there's that too. So, it's not 40 minutes of fully drawing. I would be talking, getting distracted about things, and then painting a little bit here and there. So, um, it wasn't the best painting, so I just kind of decided um, on this idea of doing time lapses streams instead. That way, I still create good drawings over a period of time, and yeah, I can keep it up.
It's interesting to watch your time-lapse paintings.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, it's I like to see other artists time-lapse painting as well. Because I watch quite a few things while I'm painting and creating. Sometimes I might watch like a Chew stream, um, which I'm slowly catching up on now. It's been busy and I haven't had a lot of time to just chillax, um, and catch up with these kind of stream things that people do. Um, Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I just want to kind of just listen to music, and that's that.
Yeah.
I'm creating and listening to music. Um, yeah, the times I'm listening to like entrepreneurs and just interesting people on YouTube that I could learn from. Hmm. How you? Do you listen to much or watch much while you're creating, or you just?
Yeah, I like to listen to music a lot, especially if it ties into the mood or the theme of whatever it is I'm drawing. I like to watch TV as well as background noise. It's harder to watch and draw at the same time for me because I get distracted one or the other. I get too into the drawing and I miss what just happened on screen, or I get so into watching the TV or movie or whatever it is I'm watching that I forget to keep going on the drawing. But there's a balance in there. And
Mm, yeah, yeah. I find
yeah,
that if I'm watching TV,
go on, sorry.
I usually don't draw, or it's just like little sketches that it's just little doodle things that um don't really have anything to do with anything, like little boxes or squares or something. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, that's fun too. I do like doing that as well, but um, I don't really know how to describe it. 'Cause sometimes it works for me watching something, streaming some TV shows or a movie while I'm drawing and painting on working on an assignment, and sometimes it completely backfires, and I end up as I described, like getting sucked into the show and whatnot, and not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But
Mm,
it just kind of depends, and it varies. But yeah, working in silence is something that I have difficulty doing, and
mm,
I would really rather not.
yeah, interesting. I mean, I think there's a few people out there that do like to work in silence.
Oh
Um,
yeah, and that's totally valid.
hmm. Um, but yeah, I definitely can't really do that. I can in some times, but um, not all the time. Yeah, but I'm most into it when I don't care if there's anything going on in the background. There might be a video playing or a movie playing or just random music, but I don't care about all that noise. I'm just creating. You know, um, that is when I'm kind of most into it. Um, yeah.
What kind of things do you tend to listen to while you're painting?
Um,
What kind of music?
Music. So I'm into rock and metal and um, acoustic and um, like yeah stuff like that. So I'm all over the show.
That's good
Sometimes
stuff.
yeah. Sometimes I might have a song that I really like. Um, like one song I've liked lately has been, I think it's Stone Sour. What was it called? Uh, if I can remember the name of the song. But I just, it's songs that I can sing along to. Because
Those are always fun.
I know the words and that I just sing along and I get to know the actual words, and that just gets me into the whole mood of wanting to paint. I'm singing. Yeah. Um,
Nice.
yeah, that gives me that. I got into trouble at course because I'd randomly have my headphones on and I start singing, and everyone would like complain about it. um, but yeah, that's when I'm really in the mood. I'm
That's so lame.
singing.
That's so lame that someone complained about it. Like, come on.
Yeah. Um, but I mean, when working in environments with other people, yeah, you've got to respect other people's how they work. Um, yeah, like I met quite a few people that just, they don't even have headphones or anything. They just sit in silence, and they create quite well, and it's alright. And I've other people I know, they have like Pinterest boards up, and they'll just be having Pinterest boards on their right of their screen or something, and then they'll be creating on the thing. For me, I'm used to having like two screens, so I usually have,
That's nice.
I usually have something on in the background while I record, while I paint. Um, yeah, what's your setup like usually?
My setup has varied a bit in the past year. It
Mm.
went from having two screens and a desktop to a laptop and an iPad.
Yeah.
Because with my course and with my internship, I couldn't really lug my desktop around, so I had to adapt. But I really miss that second screen so much. Yeah,
Mm.
the iPad that I got to draw on has been a wonderful little substitute for that.
Hey, yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
Mm.
but time permitting and resources permitting, I would really like to go back to a nice sturdy desktop with a side screen.
Mm.
The laptop is nice and portable, but I miss my spacious setup.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. A lot of people these days are going for the portable devices like iPads and um
I
what
find the iPad to be a really interesting tool for
mm,
art because it's like a sketchbook in the sense that I can take it anywhere and it's nice and compact. It's more compact than my sketchbooks actually,
mm,
but
exactly.
I find that it's more powerful than just having my pencil case and my watercolors, my sketchbook because I can just bring my whole like digital painting set on the go and have
Mm,
all the colors rather than just the ones I can carry. And so it's really powerful in that regard. But comparing it to Photoshop, the software and the Apple Pencil tools are not quite up to snuff with Wacom's stuff and with Photoshop. So it's not as powerful, I would say, as like a Cintiq would be, but it sure is really convenient. It's an interesting tool, and
mm.
it's a versatile tool too. So like I said, I can draw on it. I can watch Netflix on it while I'm painting on my laptop or whatever. I can look at my resources. I can play my games on it. It was well worth the buy.
Mm. That's awesome.
I have to repair the screen that cracked on Monday.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one thing.
Yeah,
Um
that's another thing. You drop a sketchbook and it's not gonna crack. It's gonna cost you stupid amounts of money to fix.
yeah. So I've been looking into like options whether um if I want a portable
Oh,
device, or if I want to
I mean,
stay.
I would definitely recommend trying it out. I mean, the dream thing would be like a what are they calling it now? A Wacom Mobile Studio, which is like the new Cintiq companion. That would
Hmm.
be like the dream thing, but that's kind of like wow, that price. So I
Yeah.
find that iPad is a good substitute. I mean, it's not cheap either, but it's versatile and it's handy. Just get yourself a good case and a screen protector.
Yeah, that's the thing, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, even I'd have to get Creative Cloud, which costs, you know, monthly.
I don't have Creative Cloud on my iPad.
Mm,
That
mm,
doesn't bother me. everyone talks about Procreate being the painting software, and I tried it. And it's like what, $10, and it's all right. I really
Hmm.
liked Medibang. It was
Okay.
free, and Medibang feels a lot like other digital software that I'm used to.
Hmm.
Whereas Procreate, I don't know how to describe Procreate.
It's
It's really
different.
it's like really it's different. It's loaded up on like it's got like all these fancy brushes and it can do these fancy things, but as far as like detail, like the inking tools are really strange.
Oh,
It feels
yeah.
like more like a weird Vector Snap thing going on than it does
Hmm.
intuitive inking, which is
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of like I don't know if I don't know if I like that, but Medibang feels like the inking is really nice. I mean, another alternative to one that I demoed was Clip Studio Paint Mobile. You know, everyone's
Hmm.
talking about Clip Studio, gushing about Clip Studio,
Yeah.
and mobile Clip Studio seemed really good. The thing that chased me away is that it was like, here, have a subscription. So I was like, nah, maybe someday. But Medibang's been pretty good for me.
Hey.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's been free and really good software for my iPad anyway.
Awesome. That sounds great. Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like you just use what software you want to, in a way.
Oh
Um,
yeah, totally. I mean,
mm,
I like Medibang, but I have some friends who prefer Procreate, and I have another friend who prefers the Autodesk Sketchbook. So, you know, it's I can recommend what I like, but if it's not quite your liking, then
hmm,
that's fair. We have different ways of doing artwork, different expectations out of our software, and that's fine.
yeah, definitely. I mean, sometimes it don't really matter um, what software or medium you do use. Um, but yeah, I feel like you can get very comfortable with something. Like I get really comfortable with Photoshop because that's what I know. Um, but it doesn't mean I can't use another program and get really used to that and create something just as good on Photoshop as another program or another medium sometimes even. Um, hmm, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I know people who only ever stick to the one software and make, you know, they're like super duper experts with that one software. Excuse me. And I know people, and I'm one of these other second category people who have like a couple different softwares that they like to use and bounce between.
Hmm.
And I mean, I think it's all valid. And yeah, I know people who only do artwork in watercolors. I know people who like to do watercolors and digital. And you know,
Hmm.
personally, I like having options.
Hmm.
And you know, just like every like painting with watercolors is different from using color pencils, from painting with acrylic. And so certain softwares are also different. And you know, sometimes I am just like, you know what, today I feel like the process of watercolor is something I would like to do today, and those are the days where I do watercolors. And you know,
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I used to always draw in color pencil. That was what I liked to do. Um, and I think eventually down the track I just got kind of tired of doing it all the time. You know, that was my thing. I always did color pencil. Um, so I wasn't that keen to go digital. So I was like, oh well, I've got something good here. You know, I can do color pencil. That's something not everyone can do. Um, so yeah, I decided to try digital though. Um, and eventually now I love digital. And I still can go back to.
one of us,
I
join the club, the dark
yeah.
side. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
mm, yeah.
But yeah,
It's not such a dark side, but
I mean, there are some crusty old traditionalists who are like, that's don't do that stuff. No, old style or old fashioned old school or nothing. You
yeah,
know, sometimes I like to laugh at those guys.
yeah. It's some. I mean, it's grown a bit now. But probably back a few years ago, digital wasn't really um, a thing as such. People
Yeah.
people are still warming up to it. They don't fully understand it.
Oh yeah.
Definitely the generation before, like my generation, our generation, um, are like, what is that? Like they hear the word painting and then they think of water brushes and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
then they see what you actually do, and it's like, what? You on the computer all
Yeah.
day doing this? Like,
Yeah. No. Yep.
you
You've,
know?
you've, prob- you've probably heard the one of, oh, you made it on the computer, that's cheating. You've probably heard that one, haven't you?
Yeah. But yeah, I've done traditional quite a bit. I feel that does help in
Oh
doing
yeah, it
digital.
definitely helps.
Um, and I think it's urging me back again. I think I want to do another color pencil drawing again. Um,
Nice. Yeah, it's interesting to learn how to do artwork traditionally, then import those techniques to digital, learn digital art, and then go back to trad with the techniques and the skills that you've learned working in digital. And it can be interesting to sort of mix the techniques and kind of like bounce what you've learned between one back to the other. It can be interesting. I definitely think they can just learning to do digital is a. I mean, first of all, it's kind of like almost a required skill to be an artist these days because it's becoming such a thing, such a big thing, and such a big tool. But
mm.
also, like, I lost my train of thought. Dang. Where
Yeah.
was I going with this? Oh yes, definitely doing digital art is helpful if you have techniques and you know how to do artwork. And the easiest way to do that is to learn traditionally. I know some people who were completely self-taught, only digital, and so when the time came to do some traditional artwork, he was like, I'm kind of terrified.
Mm.
So then we would be doing paintings, and he would be like, I hate this. There's no layers. There's no undo button. Like I hate
Mm.
this.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that it's not a good idea to lock yourself into something like that.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, but you probably he'll if he had tried it a few more times, he might have been like, okay, now I've learnt something from it and gone back to digital.
Oh yeah, I mean, he
Mm.
ended up being able to do very nice watercolor and color pencil stuff. I think he still
Mm.
does some color pencil stuff, but
Awesome.
I'll be telling him your watercolors are great, dude. And he's like, I hate them.
Yep, yep, fair enough. Each their own. Yeah, but awesome.
Yeah, but similarly, I know people like my age who's like in the same group, yeah, in the same breath, in the same class as I hate these watercolors digital guy. We had someone who was like, I don't know how to do Photoshop, and they're like about the same age, and so that was a really interesting contrast of just different like walks of different ways of approaching art, different
Mm,
experiences and backgrounds in art.
awesome. Yeah, everyone has their own journey, eh?
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that can just do digital, and they end up, doing it really, really well. Um,
oh yeah.
yeah, I one cool artist, Cryptid Creations. Um,
Ooh yeah, I know them. Yeah.
mm, I don't know if he's always done digital, but since he's done all those daily drawings digital, I
Yeah.
think he's done all those digital. But he did do last year. He did Inktober, and he did them all traditional, and you could see that they actually turned out really awesome, which was cool. You know, um, so it's cool to see them do a different media and be like, oh, they're actually still good in that media as well.
Yeah. I don't know if they went to art school or not. I think they might have. Not that that has any bearing, just really just art school usually kind of exposes you to lots of different techniques and kind of forces you to try out all these different things, including traditional, kind of like that's where the baseline is. So, I mean,
Hmm.
yeah, it's pretty neat when you can see. It's kind of, it's really neat, and it can be sometimes a little bit like, I don't want to say infuriating, but when you find someone who's like super good, you're like, dang, well, I mean, I guess I got something because I can do this other thing, and then you can see they can do that too, and you're like, damn it, what do I got now?
Hmm.
I don't know. That's what happens to me sometimes. I shake myself out of it by saying, look, there's no point comparing yourself to other people. Everyone's got their own way, and like you said, their own journey. So don't try too hard to be other. Don't try to be other people. Learn from other people. Be yourself, kind of thing, and that helps me.
Exactly. Yeah. You've got to work on getting yourself forward, pretty much. Um, awesome. So that's the final piece there. You'll see that pop up.
Nice. That's really cute. I like the bow.
Thank you. Yeah, that was because I wanted it to be a girl hedgehog, so I was like, oh, stick a bow in it. um,
Sure, why not?
yeah, and it adds some character, I feel.
Oh,
Um,
definitely.
there you're looking at comics work here. You've done a few pieces since we last showed you, but
I feel like I've done a lot more. I just haven't been posting as much because
yeah,
I want my museum's Instagram to post them first because it's for them, so they get to debut it first. Is what I feel.
yeah, awesome. Well, I use quite a little bit of different social medias, um, and each one has its own purpose. Like on Instagram, I'll post everything and anything almost. Um, Whereas, on DeviantArt here, I'd only post the best of the best as well, or what I felt like. And with ArtStation, it's the same, it's the best of the best, and yeah. How about you?
I reserve my art station for best of the best, although I
Hmm.
haven't posted on it in a while because I guess I haven't made anything that I want to put on that one. My DeviantArt is the one I've had the longest, and that one is more of my for fun
Hmm.
gallery, although I will post all kinds of things here. Stuff I made for myself, stuff I made for my portfolio, stuff I made for other people. My Tumblr is kind of like my sketch dump, where I post doodles and everything else. And my Instagram's in flux, kind of, because for a while it was just my traditional doodles, because it's really such an easy platform to post that. But lately I've been trying to curate it more towards things. My internship has been getting me more followers because I keep promoting me, so I feel like I gotta shape up my Instagram page and be a little bit more professional on that side.
Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah, well, that's been Comixqueen. You check out on DeviantArt. Have you got links on your DeviantArt to your other social medias there?
I do, yeah, it should be on my front page. My Instagram, my Tumblr is definitely linked there. If you go under my ID, there's my Tumblr. I haven't linked my Instagram. You can get to my Instagram from my Tumblr, which is, if you
Hmm.
look up above the Mexican flag, it should be right there.
Oh yeah,
Right below my
Tumblr.
picture.
Awesome.
Yeah, my
Yeah, you
Tumblr.
can see your other social medias there. Um, yeah, anything else to say really? Yeah. Um, yeah, thanks everyone for coming in. It's been awesome. Um, like, share,
Thanks for
subscribe as
having me. It's always
always.
fun to be on these.
Awesome. I'm happy to have you. It's really awesome. Um, see you hopefully another time in, probably after your internship, and where
Oh,
we can
sure, certainly.
talk fully about how the whole thing went, and that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
awesome.
sounds great.
Good luck for after your internship, hopefully. Um,
Thanks.
you know,
Good luck
everything
with your
goes well.
projects.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, keep drawing, keep creating. Have a great one. Goodbye.